Well, there's no hiding hair loss, and hair restoration treatments can be time-consuming. They can also be expensive. So what if you could get treatment in the privacy of your own home and save money in the long run? Well, we want to introduce you to Tamim Hamid, who is, whose own experience with hair loss has led him to create and invent a treatment alternative. Thank you so much for joining us today. Tell us about what you invented here.
Right. About 5 years ago, we invented a laser device for hair loss, particularly for women. And so we just got it FDA cleared.
And this is the device right here.
This is the device right here. And what it does, it has 80 lasers that stimulate the scalp and encourages, it does three things, basically. It stops your hair loss from going forward. It thickens up your hair. Then it finally regrows your hair after 4 months.
And this is specifically for women. This isn't necessarily for men, because men have so many more options available to them than women do.
Exactly. And there's just as many women that are losing their hair as there are men. But women don't have, like, for example, they can't take Propecia. They can't have the surgical procedures as ready because they have to shave their heads. But really, half of our customers are men as well that they use it.
And this was several years in the making. You used to work at NASA, Kennedy Space Center. Tell us a little bit about how that went into inventing this.
So at NASA, what we did is we used lasers for cutting, for any kind of type of high-powered lasers, in all kinds of applications. But back in 1965, there was a Dr. Andre Mester had accidentally discovered that hair can be stimulated by lasers. So he tested it on mice, and so we went back to those papers and said, hey, if hair, if laser can be stimulated by, if hair can be stimulated by lasers, why don't we take a big device like this and condense it down to a helmet size.
So you were talking like a huge device, and then you made it into something that's small like this.
Exactly.
Now, what's the process of a woman using this device?
Right. We recommend in our FDA clinical trials, we did twice a week. So all you have to do is push the button, and it talks to you. And then what it does, you have to wear it just like this, and it shuts off automatically.
And it shuts off automatically the moment you pick it up, because I can see the red light on top of your hair, and then it shuts off. This is, this type of invention, you've never heard of something like this happening for women. How do you think this is going to change things for women going forward?
Well, we think it's going to, really give them more confidence to be able to, that there is a product out there, there's no medication, it's natural, and be able to, use less of the extensions and the wigs that they're using. But this takes about 4 to 6 months before it starts to work. So you have to. But the good thing about it is that you can use it on your daily activities. You know, if you're reading a book, watching TV, it's very convenient.
All right. And before you leave us today, you have a Kansas City connection, don't you?
That's right.
Tell us about that.
Well, actually, my mom and dad live in Kansas City, and I was, went to high school locally. So, and I went to University of Missouri-Rolla at School of Engineering.
Very cool.
Yeah, so I'm a local person.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for sharing this incredible invention with us, and we look forward to hearing more. And there's probably nothing more traumatic to a woman than losing her hair and not being able to get it back. Well, you can get more information on Theradome's hair loss treatment process at theradome.com. Thank you so much, Tamim, for being here today.